Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and tonight I'm going to be talking about one of my personal favorite movies of all time. It's dealing with a very serious subject, but it approaches it in a form that's very humorous, so everybody can kind of laugh about it, but it does, attempt to at least bring awareness to what's a very important issue that we deal with here. Anyway, I didn't want to dig my big sombrero out of storage to talk about it, but we are going to be talking about Born in East LA, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I saw it first when I was a kid. Loved this movie. For many, many years I've been watching it. It's a great movie. It stars Cheech Marin, and this is the first role he was in by himself without Tommy Chong. It's not one of those, stupid stoner comedies like his other ones. Like I said, it's a comedy, but it's a very serious subject as well. If you guys have been enjoying my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you enjoy this video. Tell me down in the comments something you enjoy about it, something you don't enjoy about it. If you want to talk about the movie Born in East LA, or if you want to talk about the topic, hey, let's go for it. So, let's get started. Basically, there's two versions of this movie out there. There's the theatrical version, which has been available for many, many years. Had it on DVD years and years ago. Seen that, I don't countless times. I lost track of how many times I've seen this movie. And then there is what they call the television version. Now, for many years, you couldn't get the TV version. It just wasn't available. I mean, you could go on YouTube and find the clips of the missing stuff, but it just wasn't really, like, there's no context. If you're just watching that and you haven't seen the movie, it's not going to make a lot of sense. But the theatrical version just kind of ends. The television version fills in the gap between what the real ending was and the actual ending of the movie. Long story short. Anyway, I recently found out that they released this on Blu-ray that has both versions with it. Well, I was excited. I picked it up with some money I had left over from Christmas. Like I said, I've always loved this movie. I figured, let me check it out. Finally see it all integrated into one. Well, you got to be careful what you wish for. You might get it. This does include the theatrical version, which in itself is great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great, great movie. You don't really lose anything per se, except for a little bit of context at the end of the film. The theatrical version, I would recommend. The TV version, I was excited. I was like, wow, I'm finally going to see it. I saw it once when I was a kid. It's been 30, 40 years, Well, I neglected to think about this. It is the TV version. It does have the extended ending that's missing from the theatrical version, but being it's the TV version, it's a watered-down version. Like, there's not a lot of vulgarity in this movie. I mean, it's not not a lot of risque stuff, but it is heavily edited for TV. So yes, you get the alternate ending, but you miss a lot of stuff that's in the regular theatrical version. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I was a little disappointed, but it's still cool to be able to have access to it all in one shot. Anyway, for those of you who haven't seen this movie, Cheech Marin plays a character. He's born in East LA. He's of Hispanic origin. His mother and I guess it's his sister and the kids are going away for the weekend, so she asks him to go down to this toy factory and pick up his cousin. Well, he accidentally leaves his wallet at home. He goes, and of course he goes to pick up his cousin, and there's an immigration raid, and he gets rounded up, and he gets deported to Mexico. So the whole movie is basically him trying to get back in the United States. He's a citizen, but he doesn't have a means to prove it. So he's got to go through all these crazy things and demeaning things and just comedic things. Again, it's taking a serious topic that needs to be addressed seriously, and it's approaching it, with humor, so everybody can kind of laugh. And it does give you sympathy for all the characters and what they're going through. There's so many funny parts to this movie. You got a great cast. You got also have Daniel Stern, Tony Plana, who unfortunately 99% of his role is cut out in the TV version. I can't remember the other actress's name, but well-known actors and actresses. If you see them, you recognize their faces. It's got some good music in it. It's a great movie. It's a good family movie. It's not very vulgar. Yeah, there's a couple of dirty jokes in there here and there, but I mean overall, it's not something you're going to see nowadays that's just over the top TNA and unnecessary, stuff. Anyway, the story's really good. It's set in the 80s, of course, because it was made in the 80s. That was when we had a big influx of immigration. And this, in this country, immigration, and I'm not going to go all political and ideological here, but I'm just going to be honest. We have a problem with immigration, and neither side wants to do a damn thing to fix it. The people that lose out are the people who are coming here. They're getting manipulated. They're getting played by both sides to make it seem like they care, but neither side really cares. Let's be honest. I mean, neither political side cares about any of us out here, so why should that be any different? That's all I'm going to say on that topic. I don't want to get into a debate about that stuff. But like I said, the whole movie is just him having to go through all this stuff to try to get back across the border. And he'll get close and he'll get caught. He'll try some other gimmick, he gets caught. He tries a third gimmick, he gets caught. It's really a funny movie though. Like all this stuff, he's a very underrated actor. I mean, he's known for a lot of those stupid stoner comedies, which I'm not a big fan of that. Up in Smoke and all that crap. But he's really good in this one. Really lovable character. And you see he's got a heart of gold. He does a lot of things that, he doesn't want to do, but he's trying to do the right thing. And I always like stories like that. I root for the underdog because I'm kind of the underdog in my life. So I always, I always appreciate it when a movie like that comes along. But, he finally makes it back. He finally outsmarts La Migra, it's a great, great movie. I would highly recommend it. It's kind of funny because it's spun off from a parody song. You know how like Weird Al Yankovic takes all these famous songs and he makes them his own, which he's a super talented guy. Born in East LA was basically a spoof of Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. Great song back in the 80s. I love that song. It's got a funny video. Some of the people in the video are actually in the movie. And they just spun this song off into a hour and a half movie. It came out great. I can highly recommend it if you like comedy. I don't want to spoil it. Sometimes I unintentionally spoil movies in my or shows or whatever I'm talking about. I really try not to. It just kind of slips out sometimes. But it's basically the whole movie is him trying to get across the border and some of the crazy things that immigrants have to do to come here. So if you like Cheech Marin, if you like comedy, if you like 80s movies, I would definitely recommend you checking it out. Watch the theatrical version. It's not worth as much as I love the ending, like the extra 15-20 minutes that's cut out of the theatrical version. That in itself is worth seeing, but it's so watered down. Being the television version, it's much better. I never thought I'd say it's better to watch the theatrical version as it was and just kind of forget about it. If you've never seen the TV version, you're not really going to feel like you're missing anything. It just kind of, might get confused at the end because it just kind of like, it ends, but it is what it is. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Leave me something down in the comments. Tell me something you like about it, something you don't like about it. Subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to talk about this movie, I'd love to hear from you guys, and we will see you in the next video.